This game's enemies are brutal, relentless, will break you, and you're gonna love every moment of it. Fans of the anime and longtime tactical RPG enthusiasts are really gonna enjoy this one. Goblin Slayer is making the jump to RPGs, especially going as far to include it within the tactical RPG style that's been seeing a great resurgence as of late. Special thank you to Red Art Games and Dare Drop for sponsoring this video and allowing us to play Goblin Slayer Another Adventurer Nightmare Feast on the Nintendo Switch. Check the links down below in the description or pinned in the comments so you guys can purchase your copy today. For the Nintendo link, you could actually physically purchase the collector's edition, and the best part about that is there's actually added DLC as well that comes along with the collector's edition, and is available only for those who purchase that specific edition. Head on down below and secure your copy today. Now, when it comes to this game, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, it has all the great elements that we all crave and want out of a turn-based RPG. And the best news about this is that the story was actually developed by the original creators. It absolutely takes place within the world of the anime series, but we get to see a whole new angle and set of characters within the four-cornered world. Kumo Kagyu and Noboru Kanatsuki both breathe life into this title. And whether you're a fan of the series or if it's your first time and you want a really solid RPG to play, you get the best of both worlds with this game. And even better, it fits the style the series and universe is known for, with its battlefield positions, unique abilities, and of course, enemy weaknesses. The game's story starts off with us following a young heroine named the Guildmaster, which of course, names being titles are a series staple. Guildmaster will be taking over her father's place at the head of the local adventurers guild due to his recent passing, and is trying to uncover a mystery where she discovers an artifact in her father's office that is rumored to possess the power to bring back the dead to life. Naturally, there are those in this world who want to use this for their own gain, so she has to protect it. The dialogue in this game is fully voiced in Japanese, but it's localized and subtitled in English. During her journey, Guildmaster will come across old childhood friends like Squire, who is a battle monk and specializes in hand-to-hand combat, and Blood Princess, who is a vampire and newfound friend. She'll be accompanying you in her journey. While investigating a nearby castle, you actually can recruit Blood Princess, who was laying dormant in a coffin that awakens and helps you out in battle to defeat some goblins. This actually is part of the tutorial teaching you about the game mechanics, so don't worry, that's not missable. Now, when it comes to the gameplay for this, I do appreciate there being a training battle option so you can grind if you want to. As natural with RPG players, getting to crazy high levels and plenty of prep time is majority of the fun. But of course, if you do want more of a challenge, you can totally skip these and go mainly through the story and interact with battles as you please. But it's always nice to see that these options and opportunities exist. However, it is very important to note, guys, that early on, this game is actually quite difficult. Even in the first normal quest battle, I found that the AI was pretty smart with their focus attacks, targeting my lower HP teammates. Now, you can't lose teammates permanently, but if the main character dies, it's an immediate game over. You cannot res teammates from what I've noticed, and the bodies just disappear the moment that their HP is reduced to 0. So you have to go along with whoever is left alive, which is a great challenge, seeing as they give you plenty of teammates early on. I think it's a good trade-off. Enemies are also no slouch either, and the character position of course matters as always in tactical style games, so try to position your characters with their weak sides being safe from an enemy's approach on the next turn. You take bonus damage from the sides and behind, and also are subject to more crits from those positions. After you make your move, before ending your turn, make sure you toggle the character to turn them around to whichever direction fits best. Battles are done in phases, which is a really awesome addition to the way that this game handles a tactic style gameplay. It allows you to speed up moments where enemies are too far away, so you can skip your entire team's turn all at once to make the enemy approach you first, instead of where in most games you have to go through each individual character to skip forward. Especially early on in the game when you don't have too many buffs to apply, you can take full advantage of the in-between moments in this way. Before matches start, they allow you to place traps down, and this way you can develop strategies with different formations and force enemies to take bonus damage from them. Of course, in the early game there are things like bear traps or fences, but as we get further in the game, our kit will be developed even more. But you really do have to be strategic with them. Some trap placements can actually end up hurting you in your battle approach, because the enemies in this game has some of the smartest AI I've seen early on within any RPG's beginning phases. They are ruthless, and oftentimes they'll even make a move to force you to act first and put yourself in a tough situation. I think it's something that the devs have really struck on with early, having this being a challenging but rewarding battle system and experience, which these days I can greatly appreciate. Early on in most fights, I actually lost quite a bit. Even in matches where I was in full control, I didn't stay aware of my surroundings and kept making mistakes where instead of healing a character and assuming that they'll be safe on the next turn, I decided to wait one more turn, and on that very same moment, the NPC was able to crit my Guildmaster, who I left in a really vulnerable spot, having her turned around, and they hit me so hard that she flew back into the spike trap and took even more bonus damage. This made it an easy win for their archers to just pick me off, all because I left my guildmaster in a tough spot and moved everyone to the left to assist my other team. As always in tactics games, splitting up the party can be smart sometimes, but can make some encounters insanely difficult. Fighting in a group will always be easier to dominate, which took me a bit to get used to, as it is an instant game over and the enemies are incredibly smart. But this isn't a negative in my opinion. I genuinely loved this challenge and every single battle because it made every move something that I really had to think about going forward. And ultimately, when you overcome that obstacle that held you back before, it's one of the most satisfying feelings in any game. Really. It's not only seeing the improvement and strides that you made yourselves, but actually feeling and reaping the rewards and benefits. The tutorial does a great job giving you the basics to learn, but almost immediately after, going from 3 enemy fights, we're casted into 6+ and even more enemy fights, where the odds are not only against us, but the damage output the enemies have are something to really keep in mind. There's also music in between dialogue moments as well. That's something that I noticed that got me really into the mood. Knowing and hearing this aggressive track made me prepare for a harder fight and really keep an uneasy tone, as every encounter can be your last in this game. Well, at least until you have to go back to the menu and reload and prep your items properly. Goblin Slayer, another adventurer nightmare feast, is available right now on the Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. On Nintendo, you can physically purchase the Collector's Edition, which is available through redartgames.com. There's also an added DLC that comes along with that Collector's Edition as well. Please check the link down below and get your copy today. And also drop a comment on what do you think of the latest installment of Goblin Slayer, especially with it being a tactical style RPG battle system. How does it measure up to the anime for you? Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More RPG videos are on the way and you don't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.